Hey, what's up, guys? Taylor Keys Await here, and I'm your theme park reviewer. And I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, I'm happy to be back. It's only been a month though. Only been a month hiatus. It's been school. Hopefully, I don't have to do this all the time when school comes down. But it's only because I've lost my computer. If I had my computer back, guess the hell what's been happening by now? By now, I've been on episode 20. Of course, I'd be so happy to be on episode 20 by now because I'm actually kind of mad saying, "Oh, I have to still do the Universal one, and I want to do Disney so bad, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm saying, gotta do Universal first, and do Disney, then I could do Universal versus Disney." And hint, uh, but as you guys can see by the title today, I'm gonna be trying to. I said in my previous video I wanted to do another amusement park review. If you guys go check my Incredible Hulk coaster review, go check it out. It's a really good review. Helps people out who are going to Universal Studios Florida and are thinking about going on Incredible Hulk. Just for a hint, it's pretty damn fun. But apart from that, I'm happy to be back. Got some updates I'm going to be doing for this channel. Basically, I'm going to be throwing some ride videos on the channel. I'm going to be throwing some previous stuff I've done that was in theme parks, and just trying to keep you guys occupied for the time being. So when that happens, you guys can wait till the next video comes in, because I only have a few. There was a point in time I had a shitload, crap load. I'm sorry, I never usually curse from the videos, but I used to have a crap load of like content from Disney World from this day I went to Disney, and I did all 4 parks in one day. Best challenge ever. Trust me. Next time you guys go to Disney World, I want you guys to do a Disney World challenge. Do all 4 parks and do as much rides as you can, and post that video onto this video or any of the videos I have on my channel, and do it as a video response. So I can check that out. So I can like do a top 10 list of, I don't know, people have done all most amount of rides in one day in Disney World, because that's a challenge right there. That is a challenge. Disney World challenge. Trust me. Not everybody can complete all Disney World rides in one day. Apart from that, I'm also going to be doing some updates on parks, mainly I think in North America, trying to keep inside North America waters, even though I'm going to be doing reviews of part of every single park around the world. But I'm just going to try to keep it close, because not everybody's going to be going all the way to Europe or Japan every single year. But if you do, hey, hit me up. I'll try to give you some updates on anything that you need if you're going to Japan. Trust me, I got your back. I'll always help you, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for you guys to enjoy your time in your summer or your vacation to a music park, whatever, so you guys can know what you're getting yourself into, because some people just don't, and some people just don't enjoy their experience. So I'm trying to help you guys enjoy your experience, know what to expect, and pretty much like it from there. So from now on, let me just get on to the review. Alright guys, so as you guys can see from today's title, I'm going to be doing a SeaWorld Orlando review. Something kind of really odd, but it's okay. These are one of the big Florida parks, like there's only 2 amusement park capitals in the world. That's California and Florida. Of course, I would also say Japan, because that place has a crap load, and nobody says that's a amusement park capital of the world, but it is. There's a crap load of them, and I want to go to Japan so bad to go all of them, because not only does Japan have a lot of games and clothes and crazy cool stuff and androids, but it also has a crap load of amusement parks. But apart from that, let me get on to today's review, which is SeaWorld Orlando, which was opened up back in December 15th, 1973 as SeaWorld's second park, which was opened up by a couple of college kids that wanted to do a restaurant that was supposed to be underwater, so people could kind of look at the marine life, and as well they kind of do a dinner show at the same time. That idea didn't work, and instead they just decided to go ahead and do a theme park, and it kind of worked out for them, and they opened up their first theme park in San Diego in 1964, and of course about yeah, 1964, and about 10 to 11, roughly 10 to 11 years later, they opened up SeaWorld Orlando, and so far the park has not been any better. Seriously, it's been pretty good, and they've done a pretty damn good job. Only time I'm going to be cursing. But they've done a pretty good job at the park. They have been trying to make it a little bit more for thrill seekers and people that actually want to go on rides, because one of the problems about SeaWorld is it doesn't have a lot of rides. And it's very true. SeaWorld doesn't have a lot of rides. And the reason why is because people are complaining, saying, well, if we wanted to see marine life, we would have just gone to the aquarium. That's much more cheaper. And I would not complain to you guys. They said it's supposed to be a theme park slash marine life park. Why not make it actually they happen half that it's supposed to be, and then instead of just saying, let's have this much attractions for this people, which is about 5 or 4 attractions, and then let's have about 20 freaking shows about marine life. Like, it's great to have shows about marine life, but have just as equally amounts of rides. Like 20 rides and 20 shows. That's it. Maybe 10 rides and 10 shows, that'll be okay. But 20 rides and 20 shows is okay, because you can have, like, I don't know, 10 for people my age and 10 for kids, and then you have a whole bunch of shows for people that, well, the whole family will enjoy. But today's review is going to be much more different from the one I usually do, which is the theming, attractions, and presentation of the park. Today I'm just going to be doing what's good about SeaWorld and what's bad about SeaWorld, because naturally, SeaWorld has pretty good theming. The theming is basically the marine life. There's nothing more I can go on from there. The rides they have, they're really starting to work on the actual theming, which I'm really happy for. Really wish they can actually work on some of their older rides like Journey to Atlantis and kind of redo the queue there, try to make more better theming and kind of indoor theming. Because sure, a roof over your head, but not really any air conditioning, but just fans. Not really works out for me, especially for Kraken. Kraken can really work out too, because they do have indoor queue, but they just don't have anything that really goes for the theming. So that'll be really cool if they just redo that theming, because they're doing theming. They did theming for Manta, they did theming for Turtle Trek, they did theming for Antarctica. Wouldn't mind seeing theming for retheming for Atlantis, and also for Kraken, and of course for Wild Arctic. But as rumors go, they're saying that they may shut down that ride. But right now, the ride's still operational. The ride's still able to go. You will still be able to go on it. But I would like to see an update to the ride. Not really the ride being taken down. I would really love to see a great update from the ride to the ride, but maybe not in 3D. 3D may not work out for me, but I like the way how the ride's going anyway. Anyways, let me get on to what's good about the park and what's bad about the park. First off, what's good about the park? Good attractions. Literally, they do have some good rides in this park. And, well, there are 2 new rides that I can actually say are decent, if not mediocre. One that's mediocre and one that's decent. I have to say that the ones before that one was really good. Are really good, actually. And I thought Manta was a great brand new spanking ideas, or of the reincarnation of SeaWorld, of making it kind of really cool again, because Manta is one of the best roller coasters I've been on in my life. Literally, it's that good. But really, they do a great job on a lot of their rides. SeaWorld they don't play around when they do their rides. Literally, even with Antarctica and how great theming that they've done with that area and that attraction, they did a really great job. However, as I said, this may be just a decent ride. I'm saying that this is a decent ride. For Turtle Trek, it's not really a ride, it's just an attraction where you just look at a 360 screen in 3D, but the theming of the actual area is pretty cool. It's for turtles, and what more can you do with that? However, it's kind of mediocre, and I wish it was just an attraction. No joke. I hate that this attraction is just a movie. I don't like it. But really, they do a great job with their rides. Kraken is a really good roller coaster. Antarctica has really great theming, and it may be fun for a lot of the family. Not really fun for me though. Big time thrill seeker, but I do love rides that kind of pinpoint and it pokes my emotions a little bit. Kind of like I wouldn't really see a Small World, but a couple rides from Disney, a couple rides from Universal. like ET Adventure. I really like. It's a flat ride. It's slow, but I do like it a lot. I love Journey to Atlantis. Really do. Got to go there every single time, even though it's a really short ride. Love Wild Arctic, but I don't go on it every single time because I say I can miss it. Whereas Journey to Atlantis, Kraken, and Manta are my go-to rides. But that's only for people that are around my age or kind of more older. Because literally, there's not enough rides for older people to enjoy. Literally, there's not. Because there's a lot of rides for kids. There are a lot of rides for kids. And there's a lot of rides for more families. Sky Tower is a ride where you can kind of see over Orlando, which is pretty cool. But it's not really a ride. It's just a view tower or something that pretty much Orlando doesn't really have. But I really love that. I really love to use. I would really love to go to the Sky Tower and just watch Orlando. That's it. There's Shamu Express for kids. There's Sea Carousel for kids. There's a Jazzy Jellies, which is a balloon tower ride for kids. There's a Mad Tea Party type of ride, Swishy Fishies for kids. There's an Ocean Commotion, a Rockin' Tug ride for kids, which is kind of like a boat, but it's more for kids. There's a lot of rides for kids. Literally, there's enough attractions. If I was a kid, I would enjoy SeaWorld because there's so much attractions for me that I would enjoy it. But considering that I am not a kid and I'm a little bit more older, I feel that there's a lack of rides for more my age group. So if my age group went to SeaWorld, we would only spend about 20, not even 20, 30 minutes, maybe about an hour and a half in SeaWorld just for Kraken and Manta and Journey to Atlantis, and that's it. Maybe Wild Arctic, and of course you'll see Shamu. That's it. But if we don't really want to see Shamu, that there is no reason to stay in the park that long. That's a problem with the park right there. So that's one of the bad parts about SeaWorld is that there are good rides. They do a great job with the rides. The rides don't suck. The rides don't suck. Even if I don't like Antarctica, you may like it. Even if I don't like Turtle Trek, you may like it. They don't screw around with their rides. They don't just make a ride and hope that it's good or not. They're not like Universal or Disney where they just dish out a bad ride and hope people like it a lot. Because, Disney still got a Journey to Imagination with Figment, which sucks. But this is SeaWorld. For them, I think when they're thinking about rides, they're thinking about it more like we got to do it really good for the first time. If we don't do it good, we're just screwed up. But Antarctica has been getting a bit of a decline because not everybody's got what they expected, especially myself. But really, it's kind of sad. It's a sad moment. But I'm not saying it could be just depending on you. You may like the ride. I'm just saying I feel like I may not like the ride. But really, that's the only problem. They just need to add in some attractions to kind of put a balance between kids' rides and the older kids' rides, the young adult rides, the thrill seeker rides, because there's not enough for people like myself, which is older, for the older kids, the older people, to enjoy. There's not enough, and I wish there was. And SeaWorld does have enough space to throw in some rides. Heck, they threw Manta close to the entrance in actually a pretty barren area. It was actually just trees for a couple of years, like literally just like about years, literally years. And the fact that they took that area and made it into like a roller coaster area, they could do that to many other areas, like the dolphin area. They can make a ride around there. They can actually do some attractions that they don't have, and it will be really cool because they're actually putting some balance between the rides and the live entertainment. The good thing is there's a good balance between rides and live entertainment. For every ride, there should be for every attraction you do, there should be live entertainment. So that's one of the few things. You got to come up with a game plan when you go to SeaWorld. If you're going to do all the live entertainment first, and you're going to do the rides later, because that's what I did when I first came down to SeaWorld, was that we did all the live entertainment first, the ones that we wanted to see. So we actually saw every single one, actually, though. We've seen the sea lions, the dolphins, Shamu, the manatees, the sharks, some other really weird animal show, and of course we went on the rides, and then at the end of the day we saw reflections. However, that was pretty much what we did. I've been saying however a lot. They do have good diversity between they do have good diversity between rides and attractions. I'm sorry, attractions and shows, but I still feel that the shows do overpower the rides here. Why? Because I already said if you're kind of older, and there's a lot of older people when you go to SeaWorld. There is. Not a lot. There's families, but there's a lot of older kids that's still saying, "I want to go to Manhattan. I'm going to go to the Kraken. I want to go to Journey to Atlantis." They're still going to be going to those rides, but there's not enough for people like me that will enjoy that. So when there's so much shows and there's so little rides to do, there's really very little to do in that park, and you kind of end up hating it just for the fact that there's not enough for you to do. So that's one of the bad parts about SeaWorld is that once again, there's not enough rides. I feel that they should everywhere there's a show they should throw in a ride. That's it. Kind of like how Epcot has the World Showcase. There's like two areas. I think there's two attractions, two rides that have the ride, the show. They have the pre-show, the ride, and then the kind of viewing of the area itself. Like, oh, here's Norway, or here's Mexico, which is something that they did. But in my case, they could do so much more better with the park with that. However, it's just oh. The other bad thing about the park is that really, as I said, there's not much to do. There's pretty much not much to do, but I bet there was much more to do. If you enjoy live entertainment, you enjoy the park because you'll do the rides, you'll do the live entertainment. That's a given. The good thing about the park is that there are a good amount of marine life in this park. There is a lot of them. You won't kind of miss. There won't be any kind of marine life that you haven't seen there. So you'll see the sharks. You'll still see the dolphins, and the dolphins they have they have two different areas. There's a dolphin nursery, which you get to see dolphin babies, and you get to go to a dolphin encounter where there's like a upstairs and downstairs, which is really cool. And you have a place where you can actually feed the dolphins and pet them, which is actually really, really cool. I did it before, and I really enjoyed that part. And really, that's about it. That's all I have to really say about SeaWorld. Really, that's it. Verdict. I found that SeaWorld was a pretty okay park. In fact, I feel that scratch that. I feel that SeaWorld is actually a pretty mediocre park, without a doubt. For it being a theme park, I wish that there was so much more to do and so much more for me to enjoy. But considering that, as I said, there's not enough for me, which is the older guy, the older girl, to do in this park. There's only Kraken, Manhattan, and Journey to Atlantis, possibly Antarctica, and possibly Turtle Trek, and of course Wild Arctic. But after that, there's really nothing else to do. If you enjoy looking at the live entertainment and watching shows about the sea animals, then go right ahead. But if you're a person like me where you're just saying, I'm just going to go there to see Shamu, and I'm not really a big fan of the live entertainment of shows and theme parks, then you understand what I'm where I'm coming from, and you may say that this park may suck a little bit. There's a reason why I don't really like SeaWorld as much as I do like Busch Gardens. Whereas Busch Gardens, I like Busch Gardens because it has a good blend between animals and attractions, because it has the same idea, whereas it needs to be a zoo and a theme park at the same time. And I'm looking at you, Animal Kingdom, because you don't do that. Why don't you do that, Animal Kingdom? Because Animal Kingdom doesn't have a lot of attractions. It has a lot of shows. It has a lot of wildlife. It's just really cool. But Busch Gardens is one of my favorites because it does have a good blend between both. It does, and it has a lot of roller coasters too, which is great. But SeaWorld just doesn't have enough for me to do. However, if you're a kid, you're gonna enjoy SeaWorld, especially since you're gonna be dragging along to every single live entertainment show. Since you are a kid, you're not going to be allowed to go anywhere else, but still you're going to enjoy what you want to see. So if you're like around the ages of 7 to 12, you're really going to enjoy SeaWorld because you can actually do both types of attractions. You can do the kiddie attractions and you can do the older kid attractions. And it's going to be much more fun for you because you actually have a lot more to do. However, if you're a much more older person like me and you like roller coasters, you like thrill rides, you may not like this park for that. Because the park does have really great thrill rides, but once after that's done, you're not going to have much to do except for the shows. And really, that's it, unless you want to re-ride the rides over and over again, where it actually starts getting old on you. Apart from that, I just got to say that SeaWorld is actually pretty freaking mediocre. That's a 5 out of 10 for me. And I wish I just want SeaWorld to just become a much more better park. No doubt about it. I really want SeaWorld to become a better park. I want some more attractions, just more for thrill seekers in this park, because there's so much attractions for kids in this park. And I've been to the park so many times to even notice that. I like the fact that there's shows in the park, and I don't have any criticism against the shows. The shows are good, but I'm saying that they're extremely good to go back to every single time, because for a show, it's not going to be a pretty kind of new experience, because roller coasters and rides and thrill rides, they're really great and they're always going to give you that same experience. Whereas a show, it can bore you over time, kind of like a movie. Seeing it over and over again can be really good, but sometimes you just don't want to see it that same day. It's not the same for roller coasters. It's not the same for thrill rides. You're going to want to do it all the time unless it really does suck. And that's the only problem with SeaWorld. It doesn't have enough for the thrill seekers to do, or enough for the older guys to do, like myself. And I just felt that SeaWorld is just a bypass park. And it really is. It's a pretty mediocre park. So overall, I give SeaWorld a 5 out of 10. So guys, that's the end of today's episode. Of course, no music today. Of course, as you guys can tell, just kind of a more quiet episode. I just had to keep it quiet. Don't have my computer anymore, so there's not going to be any music. But of course, music will come back. Music will come back. Of course, today's also no pictures. I just got to go ahead and try to just do as much as I can. Of course, today's episode is 21 minutes. And I'm going to try to keep it cutting down, as always. But these are theme parks, man. These are theme parks, and we're trying to keep it as a minimal. But of course, if you guys are going to go down to SeaWorld, check it out at your own risk. But I do say it's pretty mediocre for the thrill seekers. But if you are a kid and you are going as a family, I do give it about a 7 out of 10, which I would say it is pretty decent. Not near this. It's pretty decent, close to. I wouldn't really say close to universal quality, but I would say it's pretty decent. So that's pretty much about it. All I have for you guys. Hope to see you guys on episode 5, where I would possibly be doing a versus video. Possibly. Actually, maybe an ideas video, or what I do like about a certain park. Maybe tips. But hopefully by the time we'll see. So, name on Stealing Like He's 08. I'm your theme park reviewer, and I'll see you guys next time.